a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Wisconsin.
After a three-city, eight-game road trip, great to be back home at Miller Park as the Brewers continue their home-and-home series against the Minnesota Twins. They split the games at Target Field. Rain shortened on Monday. High drama yesterday afternoon, a tie game in the ninth, and Yadiel Rivera bangs this double plus an error. It gets him to third base, and Scooter Gennett drives him home with an opposite field single. That was the game-winning hit. Jeremy Jeffers getting the save as the Brewers beat the Twins 6-5. And Jimmy Nelson, who has put together three good starts, trying to make it four tonight, as he will be on the mound for the Milwaukee Brewers as they continue this home-and-home series against Paul Molitor's Minnesota Twins. Good evening from Miller Park. Alongside Bill Schroeder, I'm Matt LePay. Sophia Minert is our reporter tonight. And Rock, it was Scooter Gennett getting the game-winning hit, but it was set up by Yadiel Rivera. We're going to see him in the lineup tonight, and we're seeing some really good things from him so far.
Yeah, we saw him a little bit last year, just a taste of what Yadiel Rivera can provide. So he comes into spring training, just lights it up. He forces the Brewers to keep him on the roster. Well, he broke spring training, didn't play for a week, and got a couple of hits. What this young man has been able to do is figure out ways to stay ready, both defensively and at the plate. And that's a very difficult thing to do. And so far, he has really opened up a lot of eyes, not just with his bat, but with his glove and his throwing arm. You got to figure if he continues to play like this, he's going to continue to get more and more playing time. And tonight's starting pitching matchup, Tommy Milone, the sixth game that the Brewers are going to be facing a left-handed starter. That's a lot in the first 16 games of the season. Tommy Milone, not a hard thrower. He got hit hard his last time out, gave up a couple of home runs. He did throw well here against the Brewers at Miller Park last year. Jimmy Nelson's been outstanding so far. The best starter the Brewers have been able to throw out there. He's won 2 in a row. Hopefully he continues here tonight.
Good long start would be sweet for Craig Counsell's team here tonight. Colin Wall's got his first big league hit yesterday afternoon. When we continue, we'll hear from a guy who had that hit and about 3,300 more. Sophia Minert will be checking in with Paul Molitor as we get you ready for baseball here at Miller Park on Fox Sports Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. By your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by Miller Lite, the original light Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time. This interleague series between the Brewers and Twins is even at 1 after a pair in Minnesota, and now this series moves here to Miller Park as the Brewers get ready to start a 5-game homestand. We've got first pitch coming up next. But Colin Walsh yesterday got a milestone, his first career major league hit in a Brewers uniform, coming in just his 12th game. And so for Colin Walsh, it was certainly a milestone. And for Paul Molitor, well, he's had many milestones in a Brewers uniform. You see his first career hit April 7th, 1978. And for Paul Molitor, there are certainly a lot of milestones, a lot of memories in a Milwaukee Brewers uniform. And for Colin Walsh, it's just the beginning of a career here for him with the Brewers. So we take a look now at those graphics, excuse me, for Molitor and for Colin Walsh. We get ready. Paul Molitor, he's ready to make his return here to Milwaukee.
I enjoy coming back here, obviously, because it does rekindle an enjoyable chapter of my life playing here for the Brewers for 15 years. But, you know, roles have changed and time has passed, and the focus is more about coming in here as a member of the Twins organization and trying to find a way to win. But it is fun to think back a little bit.
Jimmy Nelson gets ready to face the Twins for the first time, his 4th start of the season. We've got this interleague series continuing between the Brewers and the Twins. First pitch coming up next with Matt LePay and Bill Schroeder on the call.
Brewers baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin, presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Spend the night with luxury. Great to be back here at Miller Park, opening a 5-game homestand, 2 with the Twins. And here's the Minnesota batting order, presented by Potawatomi. Red hot hitter Eduardo Nunez at the top. Brian Dozier, Joe Mauer off to a great start this season. Sano, Arcia, and Escobar in the middle. Eddie Rosario, big pinch homer last night, or yesterday afternoon. He starts in center. Suzuki and Malone rounding out the batting order against the Brewers. Jimmy Nelson. As we are ready to roll at Miller Park as this series shifts from Target Field to Miller Park. Twins winning in a rain-shortened game on Monday night 7-4, and the Brewers slipping past the Twins yesterday afternoon 6-5 in a good ball game up in Minneapolis, and we are rolling tonight as Nelson starts him with a strike.
Now, far and away the most consistent starter so far for the Brewers anyway. 3 starts, a 2-1 record. He beat the Pirates in Pittsburgh his last time out. 3 consecutive quality starts for Jimmy.
He's facing Eduardo Nunez to begin the game. Nunez was 1 for 4 yesterday, and that's a win if you're the Brewers. This guy is hitting .500. He is 13 for 26 for the season. Most of that work done in the last 7 games. In fact, all but 1 at bat in those last 7 ball games, and starting again at third here tonight.
Yeah, Twins starting to swing the bats a lot better. I mean, they couldn't buy a run in their 0-9 start, but you know, against the Angels and 2 games against the Brewers, much better offensively.
There's a roller over to Chris Carter. He'll feed Nelson. There is out number 1 to get things started here in Milwaukee.
Well, check out our defense for the Brewers. Brought to you by Menards tonight. Braun Flores and Santana in the outfield. You got Aaron Hill. He's back at third base. VR at short. Yadiel Rivera gets a start out there at second base. He's been outstanding so far this year. Chris Carter and Jonathan Lucroy once again behind home plate.
Rivera with that double plus an error. That set up Scooter Gennett to drive in what turned out to be the game-winning run yesterday afternoon. This after the Twins had the momentum on the strength of a 3-run 8th inning. Couple of home runs in that frame. Tyler Thornburg was touched up for the first time this season, but as it turned out, Thornburg ended up being the winning pitcher because of what the Brewers did at the top of the 9th.
And once again, the Brewers win in a very close game. That seems the way it's been going. They lose big. They win very slight margins. But as long as you get victories. I think Craig Counsell asking a little bit extra out of his 2 setup guys, Thornburg and Michael Blazek yesterday, an inning plus.
Yeah, out of both. Willie Peralta was on a good roll there in the middle innings, but in the 6th, the first 2 Twins reached as Brian Dozier now at the plate for the Twins. First 2 Twins reached in the 6th. Miguel Sano and our Oswaldo Arcias. So Michael Blazek came in to work the 6th inning and part of the 7th. Tyler Thornburg coming in, an inning and a third as well. And make no mistake, Thornburg has pitched extremely well this season, so a blip in terms of the ERA. He has one now, but he also has a win. Teammates picked him up, and the Brewers pushed a run across in the 9th inning. But this team is fun to watch, the scrappy nature of it. They are finding some ways to win, and that was the case yesterday as this pitch is popped up, and a Lucroy with a play, and there are 2 men out. 15 years he wore a Brewers uniform. More than 2/3 of his 3,300 hits with this franchise. You see the number of games he played as a Milwaukee Brewer, and got a nice ovation, as you would expect from this Miller Park crowd, in his 2nd year now after taking his team to the brink of the postseason a year ago. And the number retired here in this great ballpark.
Yeah, some would say that he should have been the American League Manager of the Year. He had a lot of votes. He came in 3rd in that department. And who would have thought that the Twins would have been taking it right down to the wire last year? Expectations a little bit different this year, and they got off to a very slow start at 0-9.
Yeah, Jeff Bannister won the award in the American League last year, and Trock said the Twins dropped their first 9, won 4 straight before falling yesterday. Mention the Brewers in their wins as Joe Mauer is at the plate. 0-1 the count on him. The Brewers have had to find ways to scratch out wins, such as yesterday. The Twins, they're 6-8. 7 of their games have been decided in the last at bat.
Yeah.
They've had good pitching for the most part. Good starting pitching. Their bullpen is on a good roll. Nelson misses with a fastball. 2-1 to Joe Mauer.
Yeah, good velocity for Jimmy right out of the gates. I mean, 95 with that last fastball. He was able to get in on the hands of Dozier a couple of times. He's trying to establish inside. Fastball, slider, curveball, occasional, very occasional changeup for Nelson.
2-1 pitch to Mauer. Took well, but out of play. Brewers stopped Mauer's hitting streak yesterday, which was at 9 games. But you see the count now, and Mauer early in this season has been very dangerous as a two-strike hitter, to the tune of 9 for 24, 375.
Yeah, doesn't strike out much. Uses left field very well. He doubled down the line and left yesterday. Tough to shift on him.
2-2 pitch. Throwing a fastball and missing it. Full count to Mauer. Fifth all-time Twins history in hits. Slipping past Harmon Killebrew to move up another notch in Twins history. Is Nelson ready with the 3-2 pitch?
Boy, not much.
Just missing away. Ball 4.
All right, good eye by Joe Mauer. And one of the good things about playing here in the National League against the Twins, as you see that one just missed, you don't have to deal with Byung-Ho Park. He's on the bench, no DH. They decided to put Mauer over at first, which they're always going to do. But Park with 2 home runs and 4 hits overall against the Brewers in that 2-game series in Minnesota. You don't have to worry about him, at least.
Which is a good thing, but they will have to focus now on Miguel Sano. Yeah, Park yesterday with the home run in the 7th inning, and that got the Twins to within 2, and then added another long ball and an Eddie Rosario pinch hit 2-run homer. Big Miguel Sano at the plate, and he takes a strike. Sano homered on Monday. It was his first of the year after going deep 18 times a year ago, and about a half a season with the Twins coming up for their minor league system. And this is lined into center. That's going to fall. A base hit in front of Flores, who has trouble securing it. Mauer would have been to third anyway, and he is there. And the Twins have runners at the corners with 2 men out.
Yeah, big, strong right-handed hitter. Jimmy tried to jam him with the fastball. He got it up, he got it in there, but Sano very strong, able to muscle it out into center field, and no harm, no foul. Mauer's on his way to third base anyway.
So after Nelson retired Nunez and Dozier, Mauer walks. Sano a single to center. And the Twins have a little threat going here in the 1st inning. Series concludes tomorrow afternoon here at Miller Park. And then the Philadelphia Phillies come to town for the weekend. Here is Oswaldo Arcia.
Yeah, we saw him in Minnesota, at least first game of this series. Really weight back well on off-speed stuff. Got a couple of base hits in the center on a couple of change-ups from Chase Anderson. You see Jimmy Nelson trying to establish that fastball in on his hands.
And it's 2 balls, no strikes to Arcia, who has been hitting pretty well here in recent games. Strung together some multi-hit games.
And brother of Brewers prospect Orlando Arcia down in AAA. If you're any kind of Brewers fan, you've heard that name, Orlando Arcia. Big shortstop prospect from Milwaukee.
Nice work by Sophia and Brewers Live, having a chance to chat with Oswaldo through Arcia's interpreter. And swing and a foul tip. 2 balls, 1 strike. Arcia had a couple of game-winning knocks in their weekend sweep of the Angels at Target Field. And little brother had a walk-off today for Biloxi.
Good hitting family, huh?
Not bad. 2-1 pitch. Nelson pours one in there to even the count.
Right down the middle. That's a Jimmy Nelson explosive fastball with that late movement as it gets to the hitting zone. And Arcia, I mean, really no chance on it. Way behind it. I guess now he's going to choke up a little bit.
Every now and then you see a hitter do that, right?
When you get one blown by you, why not, right?
That is strike 3 call. Took a look at it on the corner. And Nelson gets through the 1st inning. 2 are stranded. Brewers coming up here at Miller Park. The first, and now the Brewers get their first shot here tonight. Craig Counsell, his team trying to string together a few wins. Got one yesterday up at Target Field, trying to continue the winning ways here tonight. Here's the Brewers batting order presented by Potawatomi. Domingo Santana per usual at the top. Villar and Braun 2 and 3. Lucroy hits cleanup, followed by Chris Carter and Aaron Hill. Yadiel Rivera batting 7th. Ramon Flores 8th. Jimmy Nelson rounds out the batting order against yet another left-hander the Brewers are facing. This time it's Tommy Milone.
Yeah, 6th time the Brewers have faced a left-handed starter. They're 2 and 3 so far. And Milone, 29 years old. He spent time with the Nationals, the A's, 3rd year with the Twins. He's had home run issues. His first 2 starts, he's given up home runs, 2 home runs in each of his first 2 starts. Not a hard thrower.
Starts coming against the Royals and the Angels. A loss to the Royals and a no decision against the Angels, a game the Twins went on to win in come from behind fashion. Santana back in the lineup here today. Jordan Baker, the first base umpire, saying Santana held up. See the average. Santana is still with a healthy on-base percentage at .345 coming into the game. And he has a full count in his first crack at Tommy Milone tonight. Working quickly, and that is sharply hit and through into left field, a base hit. Good start for the Crew as a leadoff single for Domingo Santana.
Hey, you see that 4-seam fastball out over the plate. That's not where Milone can live. He's got to stay down in the strike zone. Domingo had a good pitch to hit and hit it hard out into left center. Santana had yesterday off. Came in for an at-bat late in the game, but a rare day off for Santana.
You generally see him in there, and you see him in there at the top of the order. Here's Jonathan Villar. A couple of hits yesterday. As you might imagine, there aren't many Brewers with any kind of a sample size against Milone, but Villar in the limited at-bats has had some pretty good luck against the Twins left-hander. 3 for 6. Rocker mentioned Milone been with the Nationals. That was a team drafting the left-hander back in the 2008 draft, a 10th round pick. Former USC Trojan. In fact, the 100th USC player to get to the big leagues. It's more than any other college program.
Yeah, pretty good program, huh? Yeah, they get a lot of big leaguers, and why not? It's been a good program for a long time.
And Malone carrying on that tradition. Moved on to the A's, and then he was a deadline deal to the Twins a couple of years ago. You remember the A's were going for it in their pitching rotation. They had made a couple of moves, getting Jason Hamill, Jeff Smarja. So Malone was moved to the A's for Sam Fuld. Now this is his second year with the Twins. Last year won 9 games and 14 decisions. 2-2 the count to Jonathan Villar.
And relies on command. You see the fastball at about 88 to 89 miles an hour. I just saw a changeup that time, and guys like that can be effective against a free swinging ball club. But the Brewers have shown a lot of patience so far this year. He has a tendency to give up home runs.
2 in each of his first 2 starts. 3-2 pitch coming to Villar. And he struck him out swinging. Foul tip into the mid of Kurt Suzuki for out number 1.
Now let's check out the Menards Twins defense tonight. And Paul Molitor hoping the defense is going to be better tonight than yesterday. A couple of errors, a big one out in the outfield. You have to set up that winning run. Arcia Rosario gets the start out in center field. Sano and right. Nunez, Escobar, Dozier, and Joe Mauer from third to first. Kurt Suzuki behind home plate.
Look at Miguel Sano. Powerful bat. Still working on things defensively and right. Remember, he was a third baseman. That was where they had projected him a couple of years ago.
And he made an error in yesterday's game.
Yeah, misplay on a line drive off the bat of Scooter Gennett. But they like him, and there's reason to like him a lot.
Twins are a pretty young team, too. I mean, they've got some veteran guys. Make no mistake about that. Dozier, Mauer, Kurt Suzuki. But for the most part, these guys are relatively young.
There's Ryan Braun. And a pickoff attempt, and just getting back is Santana.
Yeah, well, I saw Augie's scouting report in Brewers Live pregame saying he holds runners well. That's a pretty good move. Kind of leaning, maybe a balk move, but Santana going back to first base on the outfield side of the bag saved him that time. He was picked off. That's a heck of a move by Malone.
So now Santana has seen it live and in person.
And Paul Molitor wants to look at it again in the clubhouse, and he's happy about it. Not happy, but content. I think I said the same thing yesterday, didn't I?
I think so.
Doesn't look happy.
But somewhat content.
Yeah.
1-0 to Ryan Braun. Went off a road trip where he hit .385. And on a sweet little run here against the Twins going back last year to this. He has done some damage, including a couple of hits yesterday. You see what he has done in the last 2 games against the Twins.
He's always hit well against the Twinkies. Likes target field.
And has a hitter's count against Tommy Malone. Goes with the changeup that Braun chops foul. A couple of games in the books this afternoon. The Reds defeated the Rockies 6-5, and they got through the rain delay, finished it in St. Louis. The Cardinals beat the Cubs 5-3. Is St. Louis able to salvage 1 game in that series?
Took them 6 hours, didn't it?
Took a while.
They got through the 6th. The rains came, and I think this game started at noon, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it did. As a matter of fact,
just ended.
Brewers had their first rain shortened game on Monday since a game in 2009 in Detroit. And the Tigers won in a game that was called. Got through 6 innings on Monday at Target Field, and the rain started and it never really let up. They waited and waited. Tried to find some window to play, but that window never got here. And a little chopper
foul at the plate. Off of Braun. Leadoff single from Santana. A strikeout from VR. Brewers bottom of the first.
Yeah, Bronny's talking to himself, saying to himself, stay back a little bit. He's been lunging out in front on that changeup from Malone. Throws a fastball, 88 to 90 miles an hour. Cutter, curveball, and changeup. And he'll throw all of them at a little bit different speeds from time to time.
Runner going. They have Santana picked off. Mauer, Dozier, tag applied.
I think it'd be best off the Brewers go station to station against this guy. That's a heck of a move he's got out there. They almost picked him off once and got him this time. That'll be a caught stealing. Kind of staying still. The move by Malone is such that he's going to lift that leg up and let the runner commit himself. If he takes off, he's going to first base. Some left-handers can do that, not many.
Santana erased, and the pitch to Braun. Getting a piece. Also got Suzuki.
Catcher's best friend, a pitcher out there with a move like that, just eliminates the running game. Doesn't eliminate that, though. Getting drilled.
Haven't found a cure for that, have we?
No pitcher can help you there.
Suzuki got beat up a little bit on Monday, and here he goes again.
Yeah, well, they didn't make him catch.
He had options.
He had options.
Was there ever a time where you thought, I'm doing this, why? Take a couple, 3 of them off the finger or elsewhere?
Yeah, there were days where it's tough getting back there, and especially when you're all beat up. You got a guy out there, not so much with Malone. I mean, a guy that's just all over the place, and you sit there. Why couldn't I have been faster and been a shortstop?
Ron staying alive.
But you have a certain body type, you're pretty relegated. You got a couple of choices: first base or catch, right?
I think when you play in Little League, everybody wants to catch, or at least everybody thinks want to be a catcher. And then most of us bow out.
I mean, really? You think that?
Yeah, I do. There's a base hit for Braun.
I didn't want to catch.
No? Growing up? Oh, I did. I wanted to try it once. And that was enough.
It's not too late. We'll get you down there. Catch some BP.
Do a little fantasy camp maybe down the road.
Yeah.
Well, I got over it. I don't want to do it now. But at one point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Be careful what you wish for. Ryan Braun made some adjustments. Ends up poking one to left field.
That extends the inning for Jonathan Lucroy. And an RBI yesterday, going 1 for 3. Just getting started. First game of the Miller Park portion of this series. Teams meeting a little earlier than usual. They're always fun when they do. And there's a fly ball hit back into center field. Rosario at the wall. Just enough room. Right at the 400 sign. Allowed out to win the first couple of hits, but the Brewers do not score. We are through 1 at Miller Park.
The Brewers and Twins as we open this Miller Park portion of this interleague series as we head to the second. And talking to Jonathan Lucroy about Jimmy Nelson's start to the season, he says, we know that Jimmy has great power stuff in the zone, and for the most part he's been very effective throwing strikes, but he said what makes it so difficult for hitters at the plate is that his stuff moves so late. So he said they're almost scared to be facing him because they don't know where that ball is going to move in on them. So he said he's been effective using the 3 different pitches for strikes. He's also working in a changeup a little bit this season. So Nelson off to a great start. 3 of his starts have been quality ones, 3 of the 4 for the team.
He's really one of those guys that can make you look bad up at the plate. I mean, Arcia didn't look real comfortable against Jimmy in that last at bat. He struck out to end the first. And he's kind of like that. I mean, he's got the stuff to make you look bad and feel bad as you walk back to the dugout.
Well, Sophia mentioning too, Rock, about the comments from Lucroy. It's the late break. You hear it said a fair amount in this game in regards to pitching. It's sometimes not how much it breaks, but when it breaks. When it's late.
Late and short, better than big and early, for sure. Now, Jimmy with 13 strikeouts coming in. He had 9 of them in one start against the Astros, and only 1 last time out against the Pirates. Now, the strikeout is an overrated stat for a guy with that power sinker. Get the ground ball out early in the count. Keep that pitch count low.
2 strikes and nothing to Eduardo Escobar, leading off the second inning for the Twins. And he is a strikeout victim. First of the night, or rather second of the night for Jimmy Nelson.
Yeah, here it is, that power sinker. Hit it if you can. You see, pretty straight, but up in the zone. Good luck hitting that in the upper 90s. You know, 95, 96 up there, tough to get to.
Nelson worked his way out of the first inning when the Twins left runners at the corners.
You know what they say about that high fastball, don't you? It's like that chocolate cake they were passing around on the plane last night. Looks good, but bad for you.
I know, but I still had it anyway. that cake did not blow by me.
The cake, not the fastball.
The fastball would blow by me. The cake, not so much.
That high fastball at 95, 96, best off just letting it go.
Yeah.
Because it's tough to get to.
Eddie Rosario had a big hit at the moment for the Twins yesterday. Came in and hit a 2-run pinch homer off of Tyler Thornburg. That tied the game at 5 in the 8th inning, but the Brewers had a good answer with a run in the 9th. The double off the bat of Yadiel Rivera, and then brought in by Scooter Gennett. Rivera moving to third as Byron Buxton was having trouble coming up with it, so it was a double plus an error. And Rivera in the lineup tonight, working at second. 0-2 pitch to Rosario. This is lifted in the air, shallow left, and Jonathan Villar will take care of it. 2 outs.
Hey, enjoy the ultimate flexibility with the May Ballpark Pass, which gives you access to all 16 Brewers home games in the month of May with no blackout dates, all for just $119. Go to brewers.com/ballparkpass to learn more. That's a good deal.
It's a great deal.
$119. Wow,
that works. 2 outs, bases empty for Kurt Suzuki. Well, the storylines for this Twins in general, they have struggled offensively, showing signs of coming out of it in the last now better part of a week after their 0-9 start. But the catchers, both Suzuki and John Ryan Murphy, were really struggling at the plate. You see the average of Suzuki, but he had a couple of hits on Monday. The veteran showing signs that he's coming out of it. The early season funk.
Well, you don't expect a lot of offense out of Suzuki. I mean, a couple of years ago, he had a real good year at the plate, hitting over 280, and he's never been that guy that's going to give you a lot of offense. I mean, 10th year, 255, not bad, but if everybody else is hitting, he's doing his job behind home plate. He's very valuable. If you're expecting him to carry your offense, not so much.
This is his 3rd year with the Twins. Came over from Oakland.
Yep, allowed the Twins to move Joe Mauer over to first base.
2 balls, 1 strike. Jimmy Nelson, 3 starts so far. This is his 4th. The first 3 all quality. A 2-1 record. And he's drawn some pretty tough customers as his counterparts. Johnny Cueto, that was the loss. Outdueled Dallas Keuchel. And then had a good outing at Pittsburgh last Friday. 6 innings, and then the Pirates were getting a little something going on him. But he still worked 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, only 2 were earned. That was the game that the Brewers went on to win Friday night 8-4. And Suzuki gets into one deep into left field, and Ryan Braun reaching up and can't get it. It'll be a double for Suzuki.
Well, he turned that fastball around, didn't he? A 3-1 fastball. Suzuki nearly hits it out of the ballpark. Right down the middle and gets good extension, but just didn't have that sound. And yeah, fortunately, he stayed in the ballpark. Man at second, 2 outs with a pitcher coming up. Not the worst scenario in the world. Ryan had a couple of more steps he could have taken. I think he jumped a little bit too soon, but it's going to be a double.
So he's the 2-out runner. Suzuki, National League Park, so no DH. Tommy Milone will have to hit. From the Twins' perspective, if nothing else, they're able to turn over the lineup. Probably hear it again this year, as you have in past years. Every time an American League team comes into a National League Park, the topic, will the DH expand? It gets talked about every year. Will the National League have it? Figured perhaps eventually, but not necessarily in the foreseeable future.
Well, there's a better chance of the National League getting the DH than the American League taking away the DH. I don't see that happening.
No, I agree. See the numbers at the plate for Milone. Nelson out in front, 0-2. And here it comes. And that's hit the other way, and a nice stop by VR. He will not get the runner, but it prevents a run.
Wow, what a play. What a play by Jonathan VR. I mean, not only does he keep the ball in the infield, he almost gets you out at first base. Check this out. That's a pretty good swing by Milone. He saves the run. He keeps it in the infield. Had it got into left field, the run would have scored. Suzuki would have scored, and they almost got the out at first. Tremendous effort by Jonathan VR right there.
Saw the whole package there. The arm strength, the athleticism, able to lay out, knock it down. So keeps a run off the board here at the moment, but for the 2nd straight inning, the Twins have runners at first and third with 2 men out. That's Suzuki over at third, Milone at first.
Yeah, Tommy Milone coming in. He was a 160 hitter for his career before this year. Not too bad with a home run. So limited at bats, and looks like he can swing it pretty well.
Top of the order for Nunez, and right against the shift, away from it, a base hit to right. And that gets the Twins on the board. All of this coming with 2 out.
Well, you can tell that he was trying to do that all the way with that big shift. You've got Rivera on the shortstop side of the bag at second. Just serves it over there. Check out. There's Rivera. And obviously just trying to punch it in that direction. That's a lot of room between first and second. Then you got that power pitcher up there. You don't expect him to pull the ball all that much. And he's able to serve it into right field for the RBI.
So a 6-game hitting streak for Nunez, and you see he's spraying the ball all over the park. And that hit has his average right back to 500. The first 2 were retired, Escobar and Rosario, but since then 3 straight hits, including an infield hit from the pitcher. Here's Brian Dozier. Drops in a curveball.
And Dozier off to a slow start, but he can hit some homers. Had a bunch of them last year. Was it 28?
It was 28, which led all second basemen. An all-star, homered in the all-star game against Mark Melancon. down in Cincinnati, Great American Ballpark. Twins get the first run of the night here in the second.
Only 2 outs, nobody on. 8-9 hitters coming up, and the Twins able to put together 3 consecutive hits. Looked like Jimmy was going to have an easy inning.
Another sign that the Twins are shaking out of those doldrums offensively. Those first couple of weeks of the season, or most of the first 2 weeks of the season. Of those 9 losses, 6 were on the road. The Twins 0-6 away from Target Field. As we mentioned up in Minneapolis, Paul Molitor knows the drill, knows the ebb and flow of a long baseball season. And Rocky mentioned it. Molitor mentioned it back in Team Streak '87. You know how it works.
Yeah.
You fight your way through it.
Yep, lost 12 in a row in May. But it's always it hurts a lot more when you start the year 0-9 than it did. 0-12 is always horrible, but in the middle of the season, after you won your first 13 games, it's a little bit easier to stomach. But 0-9 is a tough hole to dig out of.
That's what the Twins are trying to do, and the Brewers yesterday getting their 6th win, come in 6-8. And a little comebacker. Nelson right there, and the damage is, oh, look out, a high flip. Too nonchalant there. Good to be big. Chris Carter takes care of it. Twins going to run and leave a pair. 1-0 Minnesota. Lead the Brewers as Chris Carter will stroll to the plate, and let's take a look at the Powerball home run leaderboard. Chris Carter at the top along with Scooter Gennett and Ryan Braun, all of them with 3 so far this season.
A good thing that Brian Dozier wasn't running on that last play. He would have been safe. He just kind of taking it easy down that line, and had he been running even 3/4 speed, he would have been safe at first base. And I guarantee that's what he's thinking about right now.
He'll be busting up the line the next trip, right? No matter what.
Yeah.
Tell you what Rock's talking about here. A little comebacker.
I mean, there you go. If he's running at all, he's going to be safe. Fortunate for the Brewers.
A changeup from Malone has Carter out in front. A ball, 2 strikes. Twins did their damage after the first two were retired in the top of the inning. Feeds him another, but Carter won't bite.
Twins got the big shift on Carter now with 2 strikes. Before he had 2 strikes on him, Dozier was on the first base side of second base. So the shifts continue to become more complex in baseball.
Carter with a fly ball to shallow center. That's Eddie Rosario. And that's out number 1.
Yeah, just missed it. But these shifts continue. I mean, as they evolve, it's based on the count. It's based on runners on base. It's based on who's pitching. And a lot of things are involved in these shifts.
It's fascinating to watch.
Got to be an engineer to play baseball these days.
Next time you come to the ballpark, just try to notice that. And all the data all these clubs gather now, and what the numbers tell you hitters will do, and how you pitch to those hitters with certain counts, and how the infield is aligned accordingly.
Thinking man's game. It all starts with the video room down there in the dugout and goes up to scouting. We put together reports. It goes to the coaches, and then it gets to the players. A lot of different levels of the intel that baseball has at its disposal these days.
Paul Molitor uses the shift a lot, as does Craig Counsell.
You got to be very well versed in the computers these days if you want to be a big league coach.
It's amazing. And we're not talking all that many years how that concept has accelerated, the shifting and how much it's done. And the Hall of Famer there, obviously a believer. Craig Counsell, absolutely a believer in it. So they're going to continue to do that. Every now and then it might work against you, but the data shows you far more often than not it helps you and helps save a lot of runs. A full count to Aaron Hill. And that is well struck center field. Rosario on the run, and he makes the catch. Pretty play. Had it tracked all the way. 2 men out.
Yeah, play shallow, but you can when you can go back on a baseball that well. That changeup. And Malone tried to get the changeup. You can see Hill able to stay back on it to barrel it up. But just a little bit out in front. If he was able to wait back just a tick longer, that might have been a home run to center field. He tracks that one nicely and able to haul it in about midway on that warning track.
Couple of deep flies to center here from the crew already. Lou Crowley in the first, and now Hill in the second. Here's Yadiel Rivera. His 4th start of this young season, his 2nd at second base, had a couple of short as well. We've also seen him come into games and play third. Changeup has Rivera down 2 strikes and nothing. Back to the fastball.
This is the guy we were talking about when we came on the air. He has been impressive the way he's been able to prepare and keep himself ready with very limited playing time. That's an unusual thing for a young player.
Rivera goes down swinging. A 1-2-3 inning for Tommy Milone. We are through 2 at Miller Park. Twins the early lead. Twins lead the Brewers 1-0. Time now for our carsoup.com trivia question. Who is Major League Baseball's all-time leader in interleague games played? Who is MLB's all-time leader in interleague games played?
Do you know? They want us to think Braun. What do you think?
I'm not sure about that one.
No.
I know you know.
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh, okay.
I'm not one of those guys that like get into the interleague statistics too much. Like this guy's hitting, 480 in interleague play. Or, pitcher statistics, unless it's something crazy like, guys 8-0 in interleague play.
Exactly. That's a fair point.
Yeah.
And in a series such as this, where you have two franchises representing states that are connected, there are certain terms you don't like to use to describe this rivalry either, right? I'm trying to avoid that, even though it was on the bases. It was on the bases at Target Field. I don't think that's the case here.
Are you speaking
I'll check
of
it out.
The border battle?
See, that's
Is that what you're talking about?
That's a horrible assumption I just made. Of course you would have border battle. Yes. I just said it. Sorry.
It's okay.
2-0 to Mauer. Make it 2-1.
I will say, though, that when the Brewers were in the American League, it was an intense rivalry between the Twins and the Brewers. I mean, it wasn't that there was any animosity or the two teams hated each other. They were just two great, matchups. I mean, good teams playing, and a lot of fan involvement, especially when they went up to the Metrodome and that place. That place was packed.
Oh yeah.
Every game that the Brewers were in there, and half the fans in there were Brewer fans. You get in that baggie, and there's nowhere for the sound to go. I mean, your helmet would be vibrating on your head. It was so loud.
It's amazing. I was up there a lot, of course, for the college games for Wisconsin, Minnesota. Same thing. Packers, Vikings.
Yep.
Same thing in that building. It's your ears can ring when you leave that place. 2-2 to Mauer.
No more Metrodome. It was leveled. They've got Target Field. The one good thing about the Metrodome, it had a roof on it.
It's a great point. We do really like Target Field, but we couldn't resist jabbing some of the good folks from Minnesota when the rains came on Monday. But that is a great part.
Yeah.
But nothing quite like being home here, as we have it all buttoned up. You got a game here at Miller Park. 2-2 to Mauer. And that is strike 3 called.
That's a nice curveball right there. Able to drop it in. You don't see that from Joe Mauer too often. They called strike 3 or a strike 3 of any kind. Actually, slider from Jimmy Nelson, and that pitch fooled him right at the bottom of the strike zone. Look at Lucroy, one of the best in the business at holding pitches and getting strikes.
Back behind the plate, he was DH yesterday.
Got the orange fingernails working tonight.
Miguel Sano at the plate. There's a curveball in there. Single to center the first trip for Sano. He was left stranded. And there with another curve. 6'4", 260. Miguel Sano.
They fought off a big fastball from Nelson his first time up and able to dump it into center field. So Jimmy starts him out with a couple of hooks.
Brings the 0-2. Turned up the heat. Sano had Tommy John surgery and missed all of 2014. Mentioned some of the young players on this team. He is one. Byron Buxton another. Buxton not in the lineup tonight for Molitor's team. Sano will lift this into right center. And that'll be Santana, 2 men out. Fox Sports Supports is proud to team up with Surfrider Foundation in celebration of this month's Every Day is Earth Day initiative. By making simple changes in our daily lives, we can make a big impact on our environment. Go to foxsportsupports.com to learn more about what you can do to be a part of the solution. For a second there, it looked like a little "I got it, you take it."
Yeah. And Santana, a little panic. Able to get under it as long as he catch it.
Oswaldo Arcia took a called third strike to end the first inning. See if Nelson can get through unscathed here. He retired the first two Twins in the second inning, but then Suzuki, Malone, and Nunez all reached. RBI single for Nunez. A ball, a strike. Arcia back in left field here tonight. One pitch. And high heat.
Man, just not seeing the baseball very well out of Jimmy's hand right now. I know it realize it only takes one. I mean, he can make a mistake, but he is looking very uncomfortable against Nelson here so far. These big league hitters have a way of righting the ship quickly.
That is strikeout number 4 for Jimmy Nelson. Second time he has punched out Arcia, and we are through 2 1/2 here at Miller Park with the Twins leading the Brewers 1-0.
Third inning, and the Brewers and Twins wrap up their series tomorrow at 12:40, and since it's the second day of the 5-county 5-day celebration, tickets are 50% off. Tickets are available at brewers.com/5county. Always a good deal to be had at Miller Park.
Always. Do a great job here, and the fans respond. Great baseball town, great baseball area. Ramon Flores leading off the home half of the third. Takes a curveball for strike 1. Quickly down 0-2. Flores trying to get going. He's hitless in his last 14 at bats. He did have a couple of knocks on the road trip. The 8-game 3-city trip, the first road swing of the year for the Brewers. 5-game homestand starting tonight, and then it'll be 3 at Wrigley Field against the Cubs next Tuesday and Wednesday night as well as Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, Cubs lost today. They took 2 out of 3 to the Cardinals.
They have been getting great pitching. Flores waves at it, and he is out on strikes. Let's check in with Sophia Minnaert.
Yeah, Matt, we've got a few Brewers on the disabled list. Right-handed pitcher Matt Garza, a right lat strain, has been on the 15-day DL. The reliever Corey Knebel, a left oblique strain, also on the DL. And reliever Will Smith, as he recovers from a right LCL strain. And so both Knebel and Garza were on the trip, but Will Smith stayed behind, spent some time on an assisted treadmill, did some walking, both flat and on an incline. Also did some time on the normal treadmill. He says he's just been doing some light catch on a trampoline, nothing on the ground yet, but all 3 of them will see the team doctor, Dr. William Rosh, today, and we'll know more tomorrow just about their timelines, their status, and hopeful that they're making recoveries.
Yeah, thanks much, Sophia. That is such a big hit.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think of, I mean, with all of them, you want them all healthy, obviously, but Will Smith in that bullpen, I'm thinking you had a real good combo. Now it's working out well with the Blazek, Thornburg, Jeffress trio, but you figure you had Jeffress and Smith Rock as maybe dual closers, whatever you want to call it, and to lose Smith, that was a huge blow.
Well, you add both of those guys, Knebel with a big hard thrower with a big curveball, and Will Smith. Yeah, I mean that was tough to take right at the end of spring training. Yeah, Will Smith trying to rehab that knee without surgery. They're going to make a go of it and see what happens. If it doesn't work, he's going to have surgery anyway, so he's going to try and come back at some time this year. No real news on any of them.
Nelson looks at a called 3rd strike. That's the 4th strikeout for Malone and the 3rd straight. Got Rivera to end the 2nd. Gets Flores and Nelson here in the 3rd.
Yeah, when asked, Craig Counsell said we don't have anything to report. That means it's going to be a while.
Yes. Back to the top of the order, and Domingo Santana. That slow curve in there for strike 1.
Yeah, Malone's throwing the baseball here tonight like he did last year against Milwaukee in his ballpark. He had a nice start and no decision. The Brewers won the game, but he threw 6 scoreless innings. And he looks pretty sharp tonight.
Yeah, the Brewers got to the bullpen in that matchup, ended up winning 5-3. His other start against the Brewers came 3 years ago with the A's. That was a winning decision for him. And he just struck out the side. That'll do it for the Brewers here in the 3rd. We are through 3, 1-0 Twins. Wisconsin is brought to you by T-Mobile. Get major league coverage. T-Mobile has doubled its 4G LTE since 2015. And by Hupy and Abraham, 1-800-800-5678. Hupy and Abraham, tell them you mean business. Brewers and Twins here at Miller Park, 1-0 Minnesota as we move on to the 4th inning. That is the, excuse me, Rod, border battle free bag over there.
Yeah. You're making it seem like I really detest that whole border battle thing. That's not the case. It's a friendly border, I think, between Wisconsin and Minnesota.
It is.
I think it's a friendly rivalry.
Enjoy playing against each other.
Right. I mean, it's nothing like that. That border battle between Illinois and Wisconsin.
What you were mentioning as Eduardo Escobar leads off here for the Twins, the intensity, not a hate deal, but just a good intense rivalry with Minnesota. It was fun last year to see the White Sox come in here. Yeah. Now sometimes that went a little beyond.
Oh, that got heated.
Yeah.
You know, Brewers White Sox games. Yeah. Phil Garner days where he and Doug Manzanillo would mix it up down at third base. Doug Manzanillo would end up being one of Garner's coaches with the Brewers.
That was a fun one to watch. That hit was not, however, as Escobar goes the other way in a base hit. That's hit number 5 now for the Twins. Brewers, Twins, Packers, Vikings, Badgers, Gophers. Not a lot of love there.
No.
I'll tell you that. Same for Packers, Vikings. Packers, Vikings, same thing. Not a lot of love. Eddie Rosario popped out to short in the second.
Yeah, you talk about that home run that Rosario hit yesterday. It was on the changeup from Thornburg. After Tyler was able to get a fastball by him. You know, Tyler likes that changeup. It's one of his best pitches. Just left it up. Rosario knocked it out of the ballpark. His first of the year.
Lays one down, or tries to, and fouls it off. It was that homer from Rosario. It was the first homer for the Twins that was not a solo shot. It was a 2-run blast, and it tied the game in the 8th, but the Brewers put a run on the board in the 9th to win it.
That just left it up in his zone a little bit and hit it out, tied the game, and Brewers would go on to win.
They scratch out the wins, and the losses for the most part are games that get away. 6-8 record for the Crew coming into this matchup. 6 wins, more than they had last April, so they're doing this with a team very young in some spots, not all, but some. A happy flight home from Minneapolis late yesterday afternoon.
Yeah. Everybody in good moods.
This is popped up. Another chance for VR. And that's the second time tonight that Rosario has popped out to the shortstop. 1 out.
Yeah, you saw a shot of Jonathan VR a couple of seconds ago, and he has been talking and making hand gestures over to Yadiel Rivera just about the entire game, trying to help him out with his positioning and just his experience that he's been able to garner this year, playing just about every day, just trying to help Yadiel figure out where to play and just talking him through some of this stuff. Young guy that's showing some leadership out there at shortstop.
Fun to see. Young guy helping another young guy. Here's Kurt Suzuki. And a chance for a couple here. There's 6, there's 4, and there's 3. That's a double play. VR, Rivera, Carter on the double play. 1-0 Twins. Still 1-0. Twins lead the Brewers. Let's revisit our carsoup.com trivia question. Who is Major League Baseball's all-time leader in interleague games played? Alex Rodriguez. A-Rod, 282 times. And there you see Joe Mauer of the Twins. Ryan Braun, more than anyone in the Brewers' history.
Yeah, I figured it had to be a guy that's been around a while. Interleague play started, what, 97, right?
Yes.
Brewers switched leagues in 98.
Jonathan VR leading off.
A-Rod's still playing.
He is. It's fun seeing the Yankees here a couple of years ago, part of the Derek Jeter farewell tour, but it was fun for a lot of fans here to say they had a chance to see him in person. It was fun because the Brewers won 2 out of the 3 games as well.
Yep.
CC Sabathia, a big ovation here as well.
Jeter, one of the great role models in baseball, and it's always sad to see a guy like that leave the game. Understood the responsibilities of being a star in this game, and gave himself to the community and kept his nose clean and out of trouble.
Star in the biggest of markets.
In the biggest stage, World Series.
Tommy Malone has struck out the last 4 Brewers. Rivera to end the second. He struck out Flores, Nelson, and Santana in the third. 2-2 the count to Jonathan VR. To carry out a play.
And getting a lot of mileage out of that upper 80s fastball tonight. Mixing in the curveball, throwing some change-ups. He established off speed early in the game. Seems like starting to go a little bit more with the fastball. I'm not going to say hard stuff because it's not that hard.
2-2 pitch.
Change up.
So the count runs full to the Brewers shortstop. Comes in with the best on base percentage on the team, a shade better than 400. It's a ground ball to third. That's Nunez. 1 out. This Let's Motor Player Profile brought to you by BMW Mini. This is the numbers that Ryan has had in interleague games. Not only has he played in more than any other Brewer, he has fared very well. 304 average. 26 big flies. It's a pretty good season of work.
Interleague average right at where his career batting average is, 304. So numbers don't lie.
Very consistent. National League or American League opposition.
If you can hit, you can hit, right?
Yeah. And we know this guy can hit. You mentioned he gets into these hot stretches. It's a clinic. Was 2 for 4 yesterday. A single his first trip tonight. Singled to left in the first inning.
And it's going to be important for Craig Counsell to be able to every now and again give him a day off. Those things very productive is Ryan Braun after a day off. He's always had very good numbers on that day when he comes back into the lineup. He needs them once in a while, even more now with the back.
Yeah, I would think, Rock, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but with a guy like Braun, especially now with coming off the back surgery and the thumb that's going to need the maintenance, if you could somehow, if you could get 140,
oh yeah,
that would be,
that's a good number.
Yeah, a great season, a great workload for Brawny. Here's the 1-2.
Craig gave him a day off in Pittsburgh, and got to keep him healthy.
Three homers. He has driven in 10 through the first 14 games.
Wow.
Just missed.
Tough pitch to take.
A full count to the left fielder. Here it comes. And there's another hit for Braun. He is 2 for 2 as he goes the other way.
And missed with the fastball down, went with the changeup up and away, and Ryan Braun now with 2 hits, 1 to left, 1 to right. Check this out. There's that changeup grip, pitches up, doesn't try and pull it, and hits a bullet into right field. That is about as picture perfect as it gets right there. Good balance, able to get on top of that pitch and hit it hard into right field. Some kind of hitter. Wow.
You see the spray chart for Braun. 2 pretty good hitters having a chat right there, Braun and Mauer.
Surprised there's only 2 hits to right.
Right. Yeah, the long balls, you figure it's center or to right. That's like catch a few people by surprise. Here's Jonathan Lucroy. Three hits for the Crew, 2 from Braun. Lucroy sent one right to the 400 sign in center his first trip. It's not quite enough. The last out of the inning.
Yeah, just didn't get it on that sweet spot. Stayed in the ballpark.
Change again, missing. If the Brewers can get to Malone here in the 4th. Single by Braun, the first base runner since Brawny's single in the 1st. Changeup missing away, and Suzuki, the catcher, will have a brief chat. Quick trip to the mound for Suzuki, veteran. Malone's been around as well, 29 years old.
Brewers not biting on those pitches out of the zone.
Three 3-0 to Jonathan Lucroy. Back to the fastball, Luke taken. A ground out from VR, a single to right from Braun. Malone brings the 3-1. Now the count is full. Brewers took 4 of 6 from the Twins last year. They have split the first 2.
The same umpiring crew that worked the series, the 2-game series in Minnesota. So the Brewers and Twins are going to see these guys for 4 games.
Sean Barber calling balls and strikes tonight. 3-2 pitch. Lucroy with a fly ball hit back into right field, but Sano has room. And there are 2 men out.
Yeah, a couple of hang with them's right there for Lucroy. Just missed it. And trying to go to the opposite field. That was a cut fastball that really didn't do much. A little bit down on the trademark, not quite on the sweet spot, just like the one he hit to center his first time up.
Two men out for Chris Carter. Every game, but especially a home game with Carter, you stop what you're doing, watching at home or wherever you're watching from, because you think he might make Bernie go dodge a baseball.
Right, he's gonna this year.
1-0.
He rattles them up in that area in batting practice.
There you see among the leaders the last 3 years, and check out the company he has. One pitch.
Yeah, very relaxed up there at the plate, and he's got incredible leverage. I mean, when he gets his arms extended, not a lot of movement in his swing, and we talk about it a lot. It's amazing he strikes out as much as he does because he really doesn't chase too much out of the zone. Every now and again with 2 strikes.
A little behind there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Back of your mind, you're thinking off speed, and comes in there with 87.
Comes in with a .333 on base percentage. He's drawn 7 walks, has Carter. Malone ready with a 2-2. Malone has struck out 5 so far tonight, including 4 in a row to win the second, and he struck out the side in the third. So a full count. Braun will be on the move. See if Chris can put one in the gap here at least. And there's a line drive and a base hit left center field. Braun on the run, rounding third. That was bobbled by Arcia. Here's the relay to the plate, and Braun is in. We are tied.
Good call, by the way. Find a gap. Well, it looked like Arcia was going to be able to get there. He did, but wasn't able to keep it in the glove, and that's all it took for Ed Cedar to wave Braun around. Look at that one-handed swing for Chris Carter, and he drives that one into right center. That play right there, that bobble, convinced Ed Cedar to send Ryan Braun. Throw just a little bit off the mark, and the game's tied with 2 outs. I mean, Chris Carter coming up big, driving in a big 2-out run. And the thing about it is, Braun didn't really get a good jump off the bag because of that move from Tommy Malone. It was like he didn't even run on a 3-2 pitch.
Exactly. He had him.
That's what made it so close.
Yeah. If anything, he was leaning back the other way. He does have a great move, does Malone. Ryan motors his way around and scores to tie the game. And here's Aaron Hill. So a 2-out knock for Chris Carter. Scores Braun. See if Aaron Hill can get going now. He has an RBI chance. It's a tough sledding here for the veteran, Aaron Hill.
Yeah, just haven't been able to get it going. And the times that he does center up a pitch, it seems like it's right at somebody.
1 ball, 1 strike. Sharply hit, knocked down by Escobar, and he makes the play. Just what you're talking about. Squared up right through somebody.
Yeah, one hopper undressed him, unfortunately, right at him.
But the Brewers get a run across, and we are through.
We'll move to the 5th here at Miller Park between Brewers and Twins. The Brewers Community Foundation is hosting a drive for charity at Miller Park April 29th through May 1st. You can join first baseman Chris Carter in caring for our children by bringing a jar of peanut butter to Miller Park during the Brewers series against the Marlins. For your donation or a $5 contribution, you will receive a commemorative pin. So thanks for your support in that Brewers drive for charity.
Thank you much, Sophia, and great work done here by this organization out in the community. Great things all the time. Tommy Malone leading things off. He singled, infield single in the 2nd inning.
That set up that run scoring single by Nunez. So bottom of the order setting the table for the Twins in that 2nd inning.
And another sharply hit ball from the pitcher. Malone now 2 for 2.
It can't be that easy, is it?
Maybe to look that way.
I know it's not that easy. Make it look it like it.
My goodness.
That ball was smoked. There's a Jimmy Nelson 2-seam fastball, and look at that swing. That guy knows what he's doing with the bat. Wow.
Saying, what's his DH thing?
Yeah.
Give me a bat.
Get over in your National League, do some damage.
Wow.
Yeah, no kidding.
That is hit number 6 for the Twins. Lineup turns over for Nunez.
He's got the 2 hardest hit baseballs of the night for the Twins. Maybe the Suzuki double hit pretty well, but pitcher swinging a bat tonight.
Nunez 1 for 2 and 14 for 28 on the year. We were talking about the interleague series and the Yankees coming here a couple of years ago. Nunez was a Yankee. There was some thought that he might be their shortstop of the future, but ended up designated for assignment at the end of spring training in 2014. Well, doing his work for the Twins. And strikeout number 5 for Jimmy Nelson. 1 out here in the 5th. Let's take a look at the last inning. Here was Ryan Braun coming in. Not sure if he came up just a little bit there. Grabbing that left leg for a minute, but he's still in there.
Yeah.
Looks like he's all right.
Maybe just trying to knock the dirt off and fix the pants before he goes back into the dugout.
Here's Brian Dozier. Look out. Nelson with 5 punch-outs so far. 1 run allowed was in the 2nd inning, and it was after the first 2 Twins were retired. One and 1. Malone, the runner at first. Talking with Craig Counsell about Nelson a couple days ago. Craig has been talking about how impressed he is with how Nelson goes about his business, and he's asking him some more specifics on that. And Counsell just talks about how Nelson has a very regimented program that he goes through between starts. He's, I know, Rock, you said this yourself with talking with BA. He's just all business all the time. A stickler to the routine to get himself ready from one start to the next. It's not to say that he doesn't have a little fun now and then, but when it's time to work, he goes to it. And here's a chance for 2. Villar, Rivera, Carter, double play. Second of the night turned by the crew. And Nelson taking care of things, and we are halfway through. Brewers and Twins tied at 1. Twins and Brewers tied at 1 here at Miller Park. And here is Miller Lights. What's on tap? Matchup concludes. Series concludes tomorrow. Taylor Youngman on the mound for Milwaukee. Ricky Nolasco gets the call for the Twins. Youngman was better, not where he wanted to be, but better in his last outing against Pittsburgh. We'll get things started at noon tomorrow right here on Fox Sports Wisconsin.
We have 4 runs in 6 innings against the Pirates after getting roughed up big time his last time out before that.
All part of those early season statistics. A bad outing early, or if you're a hitter with a bad stretch or a real good one early, you get some odd looking numbers, and see if Youngman can continue to get that ERA going in the other direction. Yadiel Rivera struck out his first trip. Good cut at a Tommy Malone offering. Malone's been good. Brewers finally broke through with a run in the 4th. Run scoring double from Chris Carter. They brought Braun in. Good matchup here. A 1-1 game in inning number 5. Curveball missing. Malone had quite the big league debut. The Nationals back in September of 2011 against the Mets. He retired the first 6 hitters he faced, and then his first trip to the plate, first swing, homered. And then they played the rest of the game. He ended up with no decision, and his team lost, but he had a great start.
Yeah,
great first couple innings.
He's been a very serviceable starting pitcher in his big league career. I mean, not a guy with eye-popping stuff as we talked about, but he knows how to pitch. And throwing the baseball well tonight. 81 pitches as we work here in the 5th.
And a full count to Yadiel Rivera. 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Crew. Rivera, Flores, and Nelson. You see Ramon Flores waiting for his turn. Payoff pitch to Rivera, swung on, hit in the air to left, but room for Arcia. 1 out. MLB is in full swing, and tomorrow Miguel Cabrera and the Tigers take on the defending World Series champion Kansas City Royals at 5:30 p.m. Central in a game you can only see on FS1 or watch it live on Fox Sports Go. One out here in the 5th for Ramon Flores.
Yeah, Craig Counsell had to decide between Flores and Neuenhuis in center field. Ken Broxton sent down to get some at bats. The only other right-handed option for Craig off the bench in center field. So one of the 2 lefties has to play against these left-handed starters. Tonight it's Flores.
Yeah, they want to get Broxton some regular playing time in the minors. They're still very high on him.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Curve is punched through and into right field, a base hit. There you go. That gets Flores started. And a 1-out base runner for the Crew.
Yeah, hung up a curveball a little bit up in his eyes. Actually, yeah, curveball that stayed up. That's what you want. I mean, if you're a lefty, you're looking for a mistake. He got one, and he ended up with a base hit.
First base coach Carlos Sabero. There you go, young man. A few more of those. Get yourself turned around.
He's got a nice swing. He really showed a good approach at the plate in spring training, and it's continued here.
There's Jimmy Nelson. See if he can move him over, but you have to watch that good pickoff move that Malone has.
It's one of those one-way moves. You get a decent lead, and your first move is going to be back to first base regardless.
And that's a foul ball. Good night's work so far on the mound for Nelson. 5 innings, allowing 1 run on 6 hits. Malone good as well. Brewers with a run on 5 hits. Flores the runner at first. Nelson able to pull back 1-1.
You want to try to bunt it toward first base. You got Mauer. He's holding the runner. Nunez right on top of him. In on the grass at third base.
Bunts through it.
Now just get it down.
A ball, 2 strikes.
They might let him swing. I mean, Jimmy, not a bad hitting pitcher. I mean, get some hits for you.
1 hit in 8 trips so far this year. This is his 4th start of the season. He squares around and threw it back. Wow. Not sure where that missed.
Where'd that miss? Twins dugout all over Sean Barber. I don't blame him. That was a good pitch. Where'd that miss? Number 4.
Another chance for Jimmy Nelson here. Showing bunt again. They tried the butcher boy and it didn't work. Strikes out swinging. 2 men out here in the 5th.
The old fate bunt and slash, and Jim Gantner's special.
Comes up empty, so the lineup turns over. The runner at first for Domingo Santana. Singled in the first, took a called 3rd strike in the 3rd. That move again.
I think the Brewers have learned their lesson. I don't see a lot of running going on tonight while Malone's in the game.
Santana singled in the first and was on the move, but Malone was able to catch him. Officially a caught stealing, but Malone had him picked off. It is a terrific move.
You see the way he lifts that front leg and has the runner commit. If he goes back to first or stays put, he goes home. But Santana took off to second base, just throw it at first. It's a tough thing to do. You have good balance, you can do it. That's what Bob McClure used to do.
Santana is swing and a miss.
Some of the great moves in baseball. Andy Pettit, a great move to first. Chris Capuano's got a good move. He's always had a good move to first.
Part of that Brewers bullpen. One and one to Domingo Santana. The move again.
Umpire keeps a watchful eye on that front foot when the pitcher, left-handed pitcher, goes to first. It's got to be on the first base side of that 45-degree angle to the first baseline. And he is right on it.
There was an old-fashioned argument last night on a balk call that was called, overturned once, overturned again, not by replay, but by a umpire's discussion. Colin Ray of the Padres and Andrew McCutcheon, who was on third, broke for home, and Ray's foot came off the rubber. Andy Green, old school argument, got thrown out. In fact, was held back by Mark McGuire. He's on the staff now with the Padres. Green after the game saying, he's a strong man.
Yeah.
So
that's
I was done.
That's a bit of a mismatch right there.
So when he grabbed me, I said, I was done. I'm out. Santana works it to a nice count now. Hitters count 3-1.
I think Malone's worrying a little bit too much about Flores here, and making some mistakes to Santana. Now he's got the count in his favor.
And runners now at first and second. So Santana draws a walk. Something the Brewers do very well in these first 2+ weeks of the season.
They're first tonight.
So a little something going with 2 men out in the bottom of the 5th.
This is where for Jonathan Villar it's really nice to be batting in front of Ryan Braun. You figure you're going to get some pretty good pitches to hit, because Malone doesn't want to mess around and have to deal with Braun.
Villar struck out in the first, a ground ball to third in the 4th. Flores at second, Santana at first. A foul out of play. Villar with a couple of hits in last night's game. Getting the call again at short here tonight. A chance to give his team the lead. Brewers working Malone here a little bit in the inning.
And pitch count near 100 already. 5th inning. So it might be a short night for Tommy Malone. Twins bullpen starting to move around a little bit.
Malone had 84 pitches in his first outing against the Royals, 81 in his last outing against the Angels. It's been a good bullpen of late, though, for the Twins.
I'm not sure they can afford to take him out, though. They miss his bat in the lineup.
Yeah, he's going Rod Carew on us here tonight. It's 2 for 2. A ball, 2 strikes to Jonathan Villar. Inching closer to 90 on that pitch count. Brewers touched him up for a run in the 4th. Chris Carter 2-out RBI double. Malone with a 2-2. Villar stays in there.
It's amazing how much he gets away with high fastballs at 88 miles an hour. It's all about your frame of reference, right? When you're throwing changeups and curveballs in the low 80s. 88 gets by hitters.
He has done a good job of keeping the Brewers off balance in spots here. A 2-2 count to Villar, and another meeting is required with his catcher. Bunch of the Phillies coming to town this weekend. They're playing the Mets. Mets beat up on him last night. Beat up on Vince Velasquez, I should say, who had been off to a great start, but they knocked him around last night. Mets and Phillies tied at 4 in the 8th inning in Philadelphia. We saw Tonkin yesterday, Target Field. Michael Tonkin, 6'7" reliever. A full count to Villar.
Well, runners get a head start. 3-2, 2 outs. And with pretty good speed on the bases.
Flores at second, Santana at first. They'll be on the move. And the bases are loaded. Back-to-back walks. Big opportunity now for the Crew and for Ryan Braun specifically.
And he's not going to get a chance to face Tommy Malone again. Here comes Molitor. He wants his right-hander.
So Malone was rolling along, and now a bases loaded dilemma for Paul Molitor as he will go to his bullpen and call on Michael Tonkin. 1-1 the score here in the 5th. 1-1 Brewers and Twins. Tommy Milone frustrated to say the least. 4 2/3 innings. He was rolling along, but he leaves the bases loaded. A single and back-to-back 2-out walks as he exits, and entering now is Michael Tunkin.
Yeah, he threw an inning and a third in yesterday's ball game, scoreless baseball. Tunkin, the right-hander with a two-seam sinking fastball, slider and changeup. And he's got a mess to deal with. Bases loaded, and Ryan Braun coming to the plate.
Time now for At the Plate, presented by Blaze Pizza. Brawny with a couple of singles, one to left, one to right. And the bases are loaded for him. Chance for the home team to take the lead here in the 5th. This Twins bullpen has gone the last 18 2/3 without giving up an earned run. An effective group. The run yesterday was unearned, but against the pen nonetheless in the 9th inning. Bring that fastball with some heat. He was 97 on in relief Sunday for the Twins in their extra innings win against the Los Angeles Angels.
That big guy is 6'6" and flips it in there pretty good. That was a pretty good pitch on the knees.
Braun 6 for 11 with runners in scoring position this year. It's an area where the Brewers have improved a lot here over the last 7 games. They're hitting .327 coming into this game over the last 7 with runners in scoring position. First 7 games it was .163. Saw the numbers. Brawny with the bases loaded. See if he can add another slam.
That's a good pitch. Wow. Braun didn't like it. Right on the outside corner. Something on it. 94. Yep, strike.
Two balls, 2 strikes to the Brewers left fielder. And the count is full. Tonkin missing at 96. Tonkin in his career, right-handers have hit just .214 against him. Runners will be on the move. 3-2. Here's the pitch. Braun will send this in the air and out of play.
That's the old Ryan Braun wheelhouse right there. But Tonkin has something on that fastball. 95. A little bit of giddy up on it. Good finish. Challenged Braun, and Braun fouled it off.
We'll do it again. 3-2 to Braun. Flores at third, Santana at second, VR at first. And they're all running. Here's the pitch. We'll need another one. Good matchup. Braun versus Tonkin.
This is what makes baseball a great game. These type of situations right here. Power versus power. Tonkin throwing it in the mid-90s. Ryan Braun, a good fastball hitter.
Rod settles in. And again the payoff. Brewers take the lead. Braun draws a walk. That is 3 straight walks now given up by Twins pitching. 2 from Malone, 1 from Tonkin. 2-1 Milwaukee.
Yeah, and the Brewers had not walked until his 5th inning. Well, a lot of hard stuff for Tonkin against Ryan Braun, and Braun ended up fighting off some tough pitches. There was a good pitch to hit right there. Tonkin able to catch one on the corner. Braun didn't like the call, and after fouling off a couple of pitches on a 3-2 count, Tonkin misses on the inside part of the plate, and the Brewers pick up a run. There it is.
2-1 Milwaukee. Bases stay loaded for Jonathan Lucroy. in there with a strike. That was the slider. Well, the Brewers tied it with a run in the fourth. They grabbed the lead with a run in the fifth. They're still going. Look out.
It's only been one breaking ball from Tonkin. That was a strike. He had Luke Croy leaning a little bit and then comes up and in. Look out.
A ball, a strike. Tonkin having problems locating the strike zone. He came in for Tommy Milone. 4 2/3 for Milone. Milone giving up a couple of runs, still responsible for the runners at second and third.
Good breaking ball.
That evens the count. Croy with a chance to extend this lead. Brewers have walked their way to a 2-1 lead in the fifth. Flores got it started with a base hit to right, and then Santana, Villar, and Braun drawing bases on balls. The big right-handed reliever facing the Brewers catcher. And the 2-2. There's a shot to left field. Arcia going back. Can't get it. It bangs off the wall. It'll score 2. Stop sign up. Braun stays at third. And Jonathan Lucroy, a 2-run double.
Yep, another fastball and rips it off the base of the wall. Wow. Yep, another fastball middle in, and Lucroy able to center on it. He has missed a couple of times in this game, nearly missing home runs, able to get the bat head out. And even with Arcia playing very deep, not able to get to it, and not a very good route to that baseball either. I think he could have had it had he made a good route, but the Brewers able to pick up a couple of more runs. So a walk and a double, scoring 3 in this inning.
A 4-1 lead now for the Brewers with runners at second and third. Jonathan Lucroy, a doubles machine 2 years ago. Big double here and a big rip and a miss from Chris Carter.
Well, he didn't have that far to go back, Arcia. He plays very deep out there. He just kind of turned himself around, and I think that's one that he thinks he should have had.
And Suzuki takes another foul tip.
Yeah, right in the jaw that time. Fastball at 95, foul straight back into the side of his face. Bang. Ooh. Yeah, those hurt. Oh, you can see right away Suzuki grimacing. He's taking a beating back here today.
Athletic trainer out to take a look at him. The Brewers have scored 3 times here in the fifth.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that mask helps with the bruises and the cuts, but it's still, that's a big shot to the face right there. Foul ball like that. Got to be very careful back there. These guys, I tell you, they take shots all the time, and baseball's been very conscious of the concussion protocol, and that's what they're going through right now.
He's going to stay in there. He was an all-star 2 years ago. Hit 288. And a good pro in his career. Lucroy saying, I know the feeling.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Dozier says, I'm glad I'm not back there. Lucroy gets his share of shots as well.
0-2 to Chris Carter. Back to the breaking ball that missed. A single, a double, and 3 walks, resulting in a 3-run inning so far for Milwaukee. Carter strikes out swinging, but a good 5th inning for the home team as they take advantage of some wildness from Twins pitching, and Lucroy with the bases loaded bangs one off the boards in left. 2 men score. A 3-run inning. The Brewers leading it 4-1. Baseball's global reach seems to be greater than ever. For now, Cuba remains one country that's outside its reach. Watch our special documentary, Cuba, Baseball's Final Frontiers, Sunday after Brewers Live postgame, right here on Fox Sports Wisconsin. Forward to watching that this weekend.
We were talking about Tony Oliva yesterday.
We were.
Great Cuban left-handed hitter for the Twins.
Saying one of the great people you have ever met in this game, too.
Without a doubt.
4-1 lead here for the Brewers. Twins now in the top half of the 6th. Joe Mauer. That's Jimmy Nelson.
Yeah, Tony Oliva has lived in the Twin Cities since his playing days with the Twins. Said he made a trip to Cuba in November. He urged all of us to take a trip there. Says it's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, there was the Tampa Bay Rays went down there for exhibition matchup a few weeks ago. A very interesting documentary to watch. You have a chance to do that Sunday right here after Brewers Live postgame. Mauer will lift one out of play. See if Nelson can continue here. He has pitched well. Twins got their lone run so far in the 2nd inning. Nelson's outings, he went 7 1/3 against the Giants, 6 innings each against the Astros and the Pirates. All were quality starts. Here comes the 1-2. That's it in the air to center. Flores has it tracked. 1 out.
That's a good job of eating up inside. A very good hitter, Joe Mauer. He's got good stuff tonight, as he has in his first 3 starts. There's that two-seam fastball, and Mauer not able to get the bat head out. And a jam shot into center field, an easy out. Another very good start for Jimmy Nelson.
And much needed. See if he can continue it here. Miguel Sano. Single to center, a fly ball to right. And this will drop into center, a base hit. Second hit of the night for Miguel Sano.
Oh, that guy's strong, isn't he?
He is.
He just muscles that one into the outfield. And same pitch that he threw to Mauer on the other side of the plate, eats him up, but Sano's strong enough to just fight it off into center field.
Hit number 7 for the Twins. Here is Oswaldo Arcia. He's had a lot of trouble with Nelson tonight. Struck out looking and swinging. Home run came against the Angels over the weekend. Two balls, no strikes.
Yeah, this is where a guy that's been struggling against Jimmy Nelson can really turn things around when he's got the count at 2-0. He can get that bat head started out a little bit sooner than you normally would with a 2-0 count. Guess fastball, and
there's a fly ball hit into deep right field, and it is gone. Just like you said.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said it, right? I mean, 2-0 count, you can, what hitters call cheat, you can get that bat started a little bit sooner, and you guess fastball. He got fastball and hit a moonshot out of here down the line in right.
Launched it. And the Twins are back within 1.
Missed his spot, and Jimmy knew it right away. That was about as far as you're going to hit a ball. I think that was in the 3rd deck. Or did it hit the foul pole? Not sure. Let's see. Yeah, off the facing. That was hit.
Wow. So a 1-run game in the 6th. Here's Eduardo Escobar.
Yep, 2-0. Sit fastball, get fastball, and there it goes.
This is popped up, and Nelson will give way. As out number 2, VR with the catch. Twins have some guys who can hit it a long way. We saw a couple of big flies from Byung-ho Park, who is not in the lineup, but certainly available for Molitor. And Oswaldo Arcia is smoking one and getting Minnesota to within 1 run. Here's Eddie Rosario.
And until yesterday, all their home runs, the ones that they hit, weren't too many, all solo shots. And the last 2 home runs have been multi-run homers, 2-run shots.
And that was Rosario with the 2-run homer yesterday. And that's it in the air into left center field. Braun going back, and this game is tied. My goodness, how it's turned around. Eddie Rosario, his 2nd homer in as many games.
And got a fastball out over the plate and tied it up just like that. A couple of home runs, and we are right back to even. Getting good extension, taking it to the opposite field and into that Brewers bullpen.
Frustration from Jimmy Nelson. And now Kurt Suzuki. 2 outs and the base is empty in a tie game.
And Jimmy's been bit by the home run bug a little bit this year. You know, third, fourth start, he's given up 6 homers.
Yeah, 1 each to the Giants and Pirates, and 2 in the game against the Astros. The only 2 runs the Astros scored. 2 strikes and nothing to Kurt Suzuki. Pirates got back in the game. Long ball power. 3-run homer from Matt Joyce in a game the Brewers went on to win 8-4.
Yeah, 6 home runs already issued by Jimmy in 4 starts. He only allowed 18 all of last year. Not too bad, especially pitching, you know, half the time in this ballpark.
Three-run inning here for the Twins, matching the 3-run inning the Brewers had in the bottom of the 5th. And Suzuki strikes out swinging. And Nelson gets through the rest of the inning, but the Twins with a couple of long balls, and we are tied at 4.
Tied up between the Brewers and Twins. There's a look at Oswaldo Arcia, his 2-run home run, 1 of 2 home runs in the last inning off of Jimmy Nelson. And well, little brother Orlando, he can hit them out of the yard too. It was a doubleheader for the Sky Sox, and look at the numbers for Orlando Arcia. 2 for 4 in game 1. The walk-off 3-run home run, that's his first of the season. He did go 0 for 3 in game 2. They lost that one 8-1, but Orlando Arcia on the board in the home run count now, and one of the top prospects, the best for the Brewers, and one of the best in all of baseball. And Oswaldo is a very proud older brother. I had a chance to catch up with him earlier today just about Orlando. He said growing up 4 or 5 years old, even then you knew that he had it. He did it against kids as old as 6, 7, 8 years old. Even then his talent was very evident, and he was very proud. He came up to me, showed me the photo of this Sky Sox celebrating that walk-off home run. He said, see, he can do it. Just can't wait for him to get it up here and do it in the big leagues.
That's great stuff. Thanks, Sophia. It's a great story and a great day for the family, obviously. Good news, bad news for Brewer fans in that regard today, but fun to watch. Aaron Hill leading off here in the bottom half of the 6th, and now Ryan Presley is on for the Twins.
Yeah, Presley, a power fastball curve changeup. 8th appearance, has not allowed a run this year. You can see 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 8 2/3. and an opponent batting average of 188. Yeah, good stuff from Presley. So
here's Hill with a drive deep to left field, and the Brewers take the lead. Aaron Hill gets into one. 5-4 Milwaukee.
And Aaron Hill saying, catch that. He hit a bullet his last time up, but right at the shortstop. And not messing around. Fastball middle in and knocks it out of here. Number 1 for Hill. First home run of the night for the Crew, and he knew it. Don't you like guys, they hit them and put their head down and run. Way back and left.
Couple of long home runs here in the 6th inning, and the Brewers contributing to it now is Rivera at the plate. 5-4 Milwaukee. Aaron Hill, his first homer as a Brewer.
That first appear with the Twins did Presley in 2013. So he's been with the Twins a while. Up and down.
Rule 5 guy. Back in 2012. Red Sox originally drafted him. Back in 07. 0-2 to Yadiel Rivera. And he waves at it, and he's out on strikes.
And that hard breaking pitch right here. Slider going straight down, and Rivera out on strikes. Presley, 6'3", 205 pounds. Signed out of high school in Texas.
27 years old, facing Ramon Flores, who started that Brewers rally in the last inning. 1-out single to right. And then the combination of the starter, Tommy Malone, he walked 2. Michael Tonkin in relief walked 1. And then Jonathan Lucroy with a 2-run double. All a part of a 3-run 5th inning for the Brewers.
Man, 2 of the 3 walks came around to score in that inning. Tommy Malone seemingly breezing through the first 3 innings, and that's been kind of his history. Early in the game, first time through, hitters really don't have much success against him, but second time through, a little bit different, and it held true to you tonight.
2-0 pitch to Flores. Missing upstairs. Yeah, on the flip side, Jimmy Nelson was in pretty good groove too. The Twins had scored a run in the first, but then a solo homer, a 2-run homer. And briefly the game was tied, but the Brewers regained the advantage here in the bottom of the inning. Nelson bat in hand on deck. Brewers bullpen quiet. And another walk. 4th walk drawn by the Brewers here tonight.
Yeah, well, with a slider and missed down. Good take by Flores, who's been on in his last 2 at bats. Jimmy probably going to go up there and try to bunt again.
So he will get the chance to move this game through the 7th inning. See if he can bunt the guy over, and he lays one down, and that is perfectly placed. That'll work. Flores moves to second. 2 men out.
Excellent job by Jimmy. Able to drop it down. Can't be easy to bunt a guy like Presley. Throws hard. He's got some movement on it. Able to drop it down nicely down that first base line and advance the base runner. Good technique with that bat head out. The handle of the bat below the barrel. You can't pop it up when you do that.
Well done. So a man in scoring position, Ramon Flores, and a chance for Santana to pick him up. Santana 1 for 2 with a walk. 5 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Presley with a 1-0. A bouncing ball to short. Skipping rope there is Flores. The play at first, and that'll do it for the Brewers in the 6th. But the Brewers regain the lead courtesy of Aaron Hill, who plants one into the seats and left. 5-4 Brewers as we move on to the 7th.
At Miller Park, the Brewers have a 5-4 lead, and this Sunday is another Kids Eat Free Sunday. That's right, you heard it right. Kids Eat Free Sunday at Miller Park. All kids 14 and under will get a free hot dog, bottled water, apple slices, and an ice cream treat courtesy of Pick and Save, Blue Bunny, and Heinz. For tickets to Sunday's game against the Phillies, visit Brewers.com.
A young man's telling Mom, bring me back Sunday. Eat free.
And you can have the apple slices.
I'll take the ice cream. Top of the 7th, Max Kepler, who entered the game defensively the last inning, out in center. Double switch. He leads things off against Jimmy Nelson. First pitch swinging. Ground ball to Rivera. 1 up, 1 down.
It'd be nice for Jimmy to be able to get through this 7th inning. Remember the bullpen, at least the 3 guys that Craig Counsell likes to use in the wins. You know, all 3 worked, and 2 of them worked a lot on multiple innings. Get through 7. Jimmy's been very good at eating up innings so far this year. Coming in 3 starts, 19 in the 3rd.
Team gives him a 1-run lead on the Aaron Hill solo homer. Here's Nunez. Brewers trying to cool off this guy, and they have to some extent. He's 1 for 3 tonight. You see the average just a little under 500. Smacks that foul out of play.
Well, you know you're going good when you have 1 for 3 and your average goes down.
Such is the case for Eduardo Nunez.
All evens out. It all evens out this game. He's always been a decent hitter. Not quite, you know, at the 500 range, but off to a good start.
Wilson missing on a fastball. Another good one, Brewers and Twins. It's the case last night, or yesterday afternoon, I should say, and it's unfolding again tonight. That's hit in the air to left. Braun is there. 2 outs. By the way, he looks just fine. We're kind of wondering briefly there, Braun, when he scored earlier in the ball game.
I think it was just it was a uniform adjustment.
Yep.
I think that's basically what that was. So at least you hope that's all it is. Need that guy in the lineup. Makes everybody a better hitter.
Brian Dozier. He's hitless in 3 trips. Get into a inning-ending double play in the 5th. 6-4-3. Little check swing, and that's going to be a fair ball and a tough play. It got by Carter, and that's going to be an excuse me double from Brian Dozier. That's supposed to happen to red hot hitters. Dozier is not that, but he gets himself a double with 2 outs.
Well, they had Carter way off the line. You can see where he is, and Dozier, that's kind of the way he's going. I mean, he swings the bat, hits it hard, and ends up being an out. You know, Chris Carter not able to get there. It's going to be a double, and that's trouble because that brings up Joe Mauer with the tying run at second base. Excuse me, swing.
And Craig Counsell's going to go to his bullpen. 6 2/3 innings of work from Jimmy Nelson. He leaves with a 1-run lead. 5-4 Brewers as we continue for Miller Park. Runner in scoring position for the Twins. Brewers trying to hang on to this 1-run lead. Jimmy Nelson.
Yeah, Jimmy had pretty good stuff. I mean, pretty good command early on, but the Twins made it tough on him. He only had 1 3-up, 3-down inning. That was a third. Yeah, the Twins going to be having only their 5th at bat with runners in scoring position tonight. He walked 1, struck out 6, but the 2 home runs cost him dearly. He leaves with a lead.
Dozier with that check swing double. That's Jimmy's responsibility as Craig Counsell turns to his bullpen. And Carlos Torres will have the assignment of getting Joe Mauer out.
Yeah, Torres pitched on Sunday against the Pirates, an inning and 2/3, gave up a couple of runs. Allowed a 2-run home run in that outing. The Brewers picked him up right before the beginning of the season.
Mauer 0 for 2 with a walk. He struck out and flied to center. Torres has only faced Mauer 1 time. in his career. Got him out.
He got first base open, but you never really want to walk the go-ahead run on base. But Brewers not comfortable bringing in their left-handers, Freeman and Capuano, going with Torres. You got a right-hander on deck.
2-0 now to Joe Mauer. Jimmy Nelson stands to be the winning pitcher. Long way to go, though. See if the Brewers can hold this lead in this inning and the rest of the way. And Torres having trouble with the strike zone, being careful, as you said, perhaps. But
it doesn't look as though he wants to throw him any strikes. Might as well just put him on, right? It seems like that anyway. He's missed badly on the first 3 pitches.
There's Dozier, the runner at second. Yep, just didn't mess with him. 4-pitch walk. So the go-ahead run is on.
And this is the guy the Brewers, I think, wanted to attack. Miguel Sano. Big, strong right-handed hitter. He's already got a couple of hits tonight.
This will be the first time these two have squared off. Sano versus Torres. 2 singles to center. And in between, a fly ball to right. That has been Sano's night. It's 5 straight now that Torres has missed. Twins with a 2-out threat in the 7th. And still unable to locate the strike zone.
Or did he?
Yeah. Called a ball.
This is the guy he wants. He's got Arcia on deck. That's not the guy you want to have to deal with. He just hit a homer. And you got to believe Sano is going to be swinging 3-0 here.
Here it comes. And another 4-pitch walk. It's 8 straight missed by Torres. The bases are loaded in the 7th. And that'll bring the pitching coach, Derek Johnson, to the mound.
Pitch number 4.
Yeah.
Well, it looked like 2 of those pitches were in the strike zone. I'm not sure what Sean Barber's looking at. I mean, that was clearly a strike.
Yeah, nothing borderline. Borderline there.
I mean, 2 of them should have been strikes. Called balls.
30-second clock about to expire here.
John Lucroy probably asking, where was that one?
Oswaldo Arcia with the bases loaded coming to the plate. Here's what he did in his last at bat in the last inning.
2-0 count after really struggling against Jimmy Nelson his first 2 at bats. Got the count in his favor. Looked fastball, got it, and knocked it out of here.
So a huge chance now for the Twins. Dozier at third, Mauer at second, Sano at first. With the left fielder, Oswaldo Arcia. Now tip into the mid of Lucroy. Nothing easy theme continuing here for the Brewers tonight.
And the wins, I mean, they're always tightly contested.
A 1-strike pitch. There you go. 0-2 the count. Torres trying to get out of this bases loaded mess. And he does. Strikes him out swinging. It wasn't easy, but he gets the job done. The Twins leave him loaded. Brewers a 1-run lead. Seventh, Carlos Torres able to wiggle out of trouble. Left him loaded, and he left him loaded this way, facing Oswaldo Arcia.
Yeah, challenging with fastballs and got it by him up. So look at Lucroy, he's pumped up. Four-seam fastball up, and Arcia swings right through it. There's Jimmy Nelson. Yep, preserves the lead.
Big time work after Torres was having a world of trouble getting a called strike. I was going to say locating the strike zone, but actually Fox Track showed that he did on a couple of occasions. But nonetheless, he gets out of it. Now Jonathan Villar leading off here in the bottom of the seventh. Ryan Presley still in there for the Twins. Draft pick of the Boston Red Sox 9 years ago. And Villar is swinging a miss. There's out number one.
Hey, Matty, that brings us to tonight's time of the game winner. B&D's Village Inn in New Munster, Wisconsin. You know where that is. That's in Kenosha County. I knew you knew it. I was just going to say it.
Yeah, I knew that.
If they call the Brewers by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, they get 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. It's offered courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite. New Munster. It's spelled different than the Munster cheese.
I gotcha. You are so well versed in your Wisconsin knowledge. Towns that are not overly big.
I get help with some of these.
Well, okay. Get a little assistance.
Yeah.
Ryan Braun. It's okay though. You know when to ask for help. It's okay not to know everything, just so you find out where to go to get your answer.
There's nothing wrong with saying I don't know.
Exactly. Twins have yet to retire Braun tonight. 2 singles and a walk. Another one-run game here between the Brewers and the Twins.
Yeah, Ryan Braun with a 3-1 count. This is where Ryan Braun, looks for something out over the plate, not looking to pull it. And they're pitching him away. Good slider. That's a 90-mile-an-hour slider from Ryan Presley. That's pretty good.
And a full count to Braun. Here comes the 3-2. And Ryan draws another walk.
And tried it again and didn't bite this time. So Ryan's been on all 4 times tonight.
That is the 5th walk given up by Twins pitching. They gave up none through the first 4. Here's Jonathan Lucroy. His last at bat was a productive one. 2-run double off the wall and left. Part of that 3-run 5th inning. Brewers have scored in each of the last 3 innings now. A run in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, and 1 more in the 6th. The breaking ball for strike 1.
You see how deep Arce is out in left field. I mean, that's way back out there in left, and that's where he was when Lucroy hit one at the base of the wall. You wonder why he wasn't able to catch it. Just took a bad route on it, and that's about as deep as you're ever going to see anybody play left field at Miller Park. A lot of room in front of him.
Presley with the 0-1. Good cut on it, but fouled it back. If you're a Brewers fan, you just settle in. The wins are all going to be
nail
tight
biters.
ball games. Yeah, just the way it's been. And if you're going to assume anything, I think you just kind of go that route. Presley ready with a 2-strike pitch. Lucroy shoots it foul and out of play.
And one thing about playing deep in the outfield, if Lucroy is able to find a gap, it's going to be very difficult for Braun to score. Maybe that's the thinking, but Arce has been out there that deep the whole game, not just in this situation where an extra base hit will score another run.
Still 2 strikes or nothing to Jonathan Lucroy. With Braun on the move, Lucroy a base hit to left. Braun turns second. Runners at the corners as it gets by Arcia. And Braun will score. Lucroy stops at second. And another gift right there. Minnesota was leaky defensively yesterday. And an error results in a run here tonight.
Just some shoddy defense in the outfield by the Minnesota Twins in the last couple of days. Arce with his second misplay out there. This time it's going to be an error. And Ryan Braun, he was going to stop at third. Our Badger Mutual Insurance run of the game gives the Brewers a 2-run lead on an Oswaldo Arcia error out in left field. Boy, oh boy. There's a gift.
Well, it's a single. Error on the left fielder. No RBI. If the Brewers get the run, they lead 6-4. And here's Chris Carter.
Well, just picking his head up, thinking about making a throw to third base, and he just whips it all the way to the wall. Kepler had to pick it up and throw it in.
Carter with a chance to pick up Lucroy. And that's hit well into right center field, and that he's gone. That got out of here right now. A 2-run laser from Chris Carter, and it's 8-4 Milwaukee.
You ever hang time on that one, Matty? My goodness.
Wow.
You can hang out a week's worth of laundry on that rope. My goodness. Watch this. I mean, this ball gets out of here about as fast as you can. And this is what Chris Carter does. This is his second hit. Second and third RBIs. Unbelievable.
Pitching change in Milwaukee. Big inning for the Crew. Baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time. And by the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly. Well, the Brewers busted out the grown man bats here in the last couple of innings. Aaron Hill, who's at the plate now, homered in the sixth. 2-run frozen rope from Chris Carter. Another pitching change here for the Twins as Casey Fiend is on.
He's having a rough time of it so far. Casey Fiend, 6th appearance, big earned run average, and you can see the opponent batting average at .389. First appearance in the series for Casey Fiend, the right-hander. It's a good thing that home run didn't hit the wall. It would have taken a hunk out of it.
You're right.
I don't remember seeing a ball hit at that hard, going that far. The only question was it going to be high enough.
This guy is so strong. Watching those games out in Arizona, Rock, and you were there in person, you and Craig and BA, and launched a few out there. It is something to watch.
You want to do a 1/1000 on this next replay?
It'll be interesting to find out.
1,000, 2,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. That's 4 seconds to get out of here. Unofficially.
The exit velocity was a lot, whatever that total is going to be. It exited quickly, and Hill with another hit. Single to right field. Oh, an encouraging last couple of at-bats for Aaron Hill.
Well, and the one before that, he hit a bullet right at the third base or the shortstop, a one-hopper. You see Casey Fiend with a fastball, low 90s, and look at the approach for Aaron Hill. Just takes it hard out there in the right field. Another base hit.
Good to see him get things going in the right direction. And now Yadiel Rivera. 3-run inning. Brewers have scored in 4 straight innings now. As that Twins bullpen, which has been very good the last few days, has been roughed up here tonight. Two balls, no strikes.
Yeah, Brewers just tied their highest run output for the season, 8. Did it against the Pirates.
in an 8-4 win against Pittsburgh. Still work to be done here tonight. 8-4 game right now. So the Brewers 6 wins. Jeremy Jeffress has saves in 5 of them, and in that other win he didn't get the save. It was a non-save situation, but he pitched the 9th in that 4-run win against the Pirates. Hill on the move. Here's the throw down to second. That's easy money for Aaron Hill.
Yeah, he got a great jump. He took off before Fiend threw to home plate. Big difference with Tommy Malone out of the ball game. The Brewers can run a little bit. Watch when he takes off right here. That's a good jump.
And his second stolen base of the season. So again, a runner in scoring position. 2-2 to Yadiel Rivera. Here's the pitch. Up the middle. Tough play, Dozier. And he makes the play at first. Inning over. With another, or excuse me, I'm sorry, 2 outs. Just don't rush it. 2 men out. And Hill over at third. Two outs. Hill at third for Ramon Flores. Flores a hit and a walk tonight.
He got his hit against Tommy Malone, the lefty. Hung right into on a curveball.
Encouraging night tonight as Flores had been scuffling, but a hit and a walk and 3 plate appearances. Aaron Hill with a couple of base hits, hitting a home run. Fiend brings the 1-1. Fastball misses. Originally drafted by the Tigers 10 years ago. Signed as a free agent with the Twins in 2012. That's sharply hit and past Dozier, a base hit. Hill will score. RBI single for Flores. Make it 9-4 Milwaukee.
They like to see this kid in the lineup. He's got a nice swing, really nice even swing, and keeps the bat in the hitting zone a long time. They tried to throw a slider that really didn't do anything, just spun up there, and Flores got a base hit just out of the reach of Dozier and into right field to drive in another run. 9-4 Brewers.
A 4-run inning. Now Kirk Neuenhuis will come in to pitch hit. A 5-run lead now for Milwaukee. Remember, it was a 1-run game at the top of the inning, and the Twins had the bases loaded, but Carlos Torres got out of it by striking out Oswaldo Arcia. Brewers bringing the bats to Miller Park in his first game of a 5-game homestand. Nice behind that fastball and down 0-2. Flores, the runner at first. Here comes a 2-strike pitch. That's strike 3 called. Inning over, but a real good inning for the Brewers, putting 4 on the board including this blast from Chris Carter that got out of here in a hurry. 9-4, Brewers lead the Twins.
Tonight as they lead the Twins 9-4, and tonight's the first night of the Brewers 5-county 5-day celebration. So if you weren't able to make it to tonight's game, you still have 4 more chances to save 50% on tickets this homestand. To get your half-price tickets for the Cruise matchups against the Twins and the Phillies, go to Brewers.com.
I want to get over here. This team playing some exciting baseball right now. Explosive inning in the 7th, and now Blaine Boyer coming on for the Brewers in the 8th.
Well, Boyer with a .338 earned run average in his 6th game here tonight. Oh, you'd love to see Blaine Boyer or somebody else finish this game without having to use Jeremy Jeffress. That would be a big shot in the arm to that bullpen. It really would be great to not to have to use Blazek, Thornburg, or Jeffress for that matter.
We saw all 3 of those relievers yesterday. The Brewers, on the strength of a 4-run 7th, now take what was a 1-run lead and get it to 5. Escobar leading off.
Yeah, that was a season high 4-run inning for the Brewers.
Now let's see how Boyer handles things against his former team here in the 8th inning. Missing with a 2-strike pitch. Fastball upstairs. A run in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and 4 in the 7th for Milwaukee. There's a bouncing ball to Rivera. 1 out. So with 1 out, Paul Molitor goes to his bench. Boyer now will face Jorge Polanco. It's called up a couple of days ago. Molitor will, after tomorrow's game, will still face National League opposition. They'll go to Washington from here. So he wants the extra bat. He has a 5-man bench right now.
It feels as though he needs that for these couple of games in Milwaukee. When you have the pitcher hitting, you need to pinch hit. Get that extra bat. They've got 5. The Brewers only have 4 on their bench.
Craig Counsell asked about that before the game, telling reporters he just, right now he kind of leans toward having the pitching, having a little more pitching at his disposal.
Well, you're going to have to until the starters start eating up more innings. Get into the 6th inning, maybe finish 6. That's been a challenge for the starting rotation for everybody except for Jimmy Nelson. It was unheard of not that long ago to have 8 relievers in your bullpen.
Yeah.
That's pretty standard. A lot of teams do it.
Another area where this game has changed. We talked a lot about shifting and now the bullpen usage. And when it starts getting used, that's the big difference now.
Yep.
That Brewers bullpen, which has turned in some pretty good work, including number 37 there, Tyler Thornburg. Blazek over there as well. Polanco pops this one up. And Rivera will give way to VR. 2 outs. My side of the bag, he said.
They're fighting for it. Get out of my way.
Good to see the smiles. 2 men out. Base is empty for the catcher, Kurt Suzuki. He's taken a couple of nasty foul tips in this game. But doing what catchers do, just keep plugging, keep playing away. After the first pitch, a little blue. Carter got it. 1-2-3 inning for Blaine Boyer. And we move to the bottom of the 8th at Miller Park with the Brewers leading the Twins 9-4.
It's 9-4 cushion over the Twins. We're getting set for Brewers Live postgame coming up after the ball game. And how about the middle part of the lineup now? Chris Carter, Aaron Hill, home runs here tonight. Aaron Hill hitting the ball real hard.
And that's what you want. You want on your ball club. You want production out of that middle part of your lineup. Brewers getting it tonight. The 4-run inning in the 6th inning or 7th inning was the biggest they've had all year.
All right, we're going to talk about this game here from the clubhouse. Also, Craig Counsell all coming up. Plus our big money moment right now, Rock. To give you a heads up, we're looking at a big 7th inning on the mound and at the plate for the Brew Crew.
That was big money, wasn't it? Especially that home run by Chris Carter.
That was big time. Big money.
Man.
Big money. Top of the order for the Brewers as Domingo Santana will lead things off. First pitch swinging, sends one deep to right field, and that's gone. Domingo Santana with a rude greeting for Ryan O'Rourke. 10-4 Milwaukee.
Yep, first pitch right on the outside corner upstairs, and Santana able to take that one to the opposite field. I mean, that was a borderline strike. That's how strong he is. So, you know, we talk about Chris Carter, how hard he hits him, but Domingo Santana take a back seat to nobody. Taking that one into right field. And now the Brewers with a 6-run lead. We didn't even get a chance to introduce O'Rourke.
Santana introduced himself to O'Rourke.
Yes, hello, I'm Domingo Santana. I'm going to hit this out.
There's Jonathan Villar.
Big, strong Domingo Santana doing a lot of good work to right field.
Back up the middle. O'Rourke trying to kick save, doesn't get it. It's a base hit for Villar. So Ryan O'Rourke getting a very rude greeting here.
Yeah, right down the middle, and O'Rourke trying to knock it down, but sneaks into center field. 13 hits for the crew now. Good to see these guys swinging the bats.
Boy, it really is.
Remember, they got 1 hit in St. Louis.
3-hit shutout in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Twins have yet to get Braun out tonight. Couple of hits, couple of walks. The second 3-homer game of the year for the Brewers. Carter, Hill, and Santana. They did it against Houston as well on the 8th of April. That was Carter, Braun, and Scooter Gennett. And O'Rourke, considered by some more of a lefty-levy specialist, but they just need Mahler just trying to get a pitcher to get through an inning right now. 5th pitcher used tonight.
Yeah, they're just trying to get through this game without having to use their, their setup man, their closer.
13-hit attack for the Brewers most of the year. They had 11 last week against the Pirates, and Braun just turns on one. Deep left field, and it is caught over in the corner.
Man, it was fair ball, too.
Wow, what a catch. Arcia going over there. Ryan Braun having trouble believing that.
Yeah, he just didn't get all of it. He got it down on the trademark a little bit, because if he did on a sweet spot, it would have been out. Right up against the wall. Wouldn't have been a home run, but a nice play by Oswaldo Arcia to take away extra bases from Ryan Braun.
Ron was looking in that direction saying, you really caught that? But he did.
Yeah.
Nice catch. 1 out, 1 on for Lucroy. Villar the runner at first.
The Twins have burned through a lot of pitching tonight. 4 relievers. The only guys they haven't used is Abad, Jepson, and May. Jepson, their closer.
The Brewers beat Jepson yesterday, getting that run in the 9th. Twins came into this game with a bullpen that had gone 18 2/3 without allowing an earned run. The bullpen tonight has given up 6 runs, all earned.
Everyday Eddie Guardado, the bullpen coach out there. He was a pretty good lefty for a long, long time.
2-1 pitch. Count is even to Jonathan Lucroy. 27-year-old Ryan O'Rourke, recently called up from AAA Rochester. Brings the 2-2. This is popped up, and it will carry out of play. Brewers have broken this game open. 4-run 7th, another run in the 8th.
They've scored in each of the last 5 innings.
Fifth pitcher of the night for the Twins. Again, the 2-2. Full count. Probably a big 2-run double in what turned out to be a 3-run 5th. Singled his last trip as well and rips one just foul. Ten runs, 13 hits, no errors for the Brewers. They've left 6. 4-10-1 for the Twins. They have stranded 7. Here comes the 3-2. Walked him. The Brewers racking up the walks once again tonight.
Yeah, it took them a while to get a walk. It was the 5th inning.
And here is Chris Carter.
And now 6 walks issued by Minnesota pitching. You got 6?
Yes, all since the 5th inning.
Right.
And Malone walked 2. Presley a couple. Michael Tonkin 1. And now O'Rourke with a walk. Carter tonight with a double in the 4th. And a screamer over the wall his last trip. Not much in the way of elevation on the home run. Didn't need it.
No.
Just lined it out of here.
Amazing. And it's such an easy swing too that he puts on the baseball. I mean, doesn't overswing, and you know, as tall as he is, as strong as he is, doesn't need to. Just point of contact and they bowl it out of here. Watch how easy he swings at this baseball right here. I mean, that's just a nice, quick, easy swing. Good balance, and see you later. That was for Mississippi out of here.
There's a ground ball to short. Escobar, there's 1 and there's 2. That's a double play. Brewers score again, though. We go to the 9th. 10-4 Milwaukee. Brewers baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin, presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Spend the nights with luxury. Good night so far for the Brewers, and looking to finish things off is Tyler Cravey.
Well, Tyler off to a pretty good start out of the bullpen. Fifth appearance, a 193 earned run average. And Cravey got added to the roster when Matt Garza went on the disabled list. And right as the season started, when Garza was supposed to make his first start, he was added to the roster and has fared pretty well out of that bullpen. Cravey last pitched on Monday against the Twins.
Yeah, he got what turned out to be the final out of the game when he struck out Oswaldo Arcia in the bottom of the 6th, and that's when the rain really started to come down, and he waited it out for 2 hours 6 minutes and called it off, and the Twins had the rain shortened win. Here's Max Kepler getting his second at bat tonight, grounded to second in the 7th. Born in Berlin, Germany, and moved to the States, went to high school in Fort Myers, Florida by the time he was a junior. Signed as an amateur free agent with the Twins back in 2009. 2 balls, 1 strike. And that is a rope past Carter, a base hit. That's going to go to the corner. And Kepler on his way to second. Stand-up double to start the ninth.
Man, that ball was hit hard. I mean, not too far out of the reach of Carter. Just didn't have time to get the glove down. So a good start to the ninth for the Twins. Brewers up by 6. 2-1 pitch down and in. That's where lefties normally like it, and he hits a bullet right by Chris Carter. The objective here is for Cravey to be able to finish this one without having to use another reliever. Mandatory for Cravey to be able to accomplish that.
Jimmy Nelson started, went 6 2/3. Carlos Torres and Blaine Boyer followed up. Here's Nunez. Torres, when he came in, walked a couple. The bases were loaded. He struck out Oswaldo Arcia to protect a 1-run lead. Jimmy Nelson in line to get the win tonight. Blaine Boyer pitched a 1-2-3-8. Nunez 1 for 4. Run scoring single in the 2nd inning. First run of the night for the Twins. Minnesota with 11 hits in this game.
Yeah, they've been swinging the bats as well.
A ball, 2 strikes to Eduardo Nunez. Swung on and missed. There's out number 1 in the ninth.
There's that changeup from Cravey. He's got a good one. Just a matter of being able to get ahead in the count and get him to chase out of the zone, and he does here. That's a nice pitch. Takes a little off, gets some break to it, and got the swing and a miss.
1 out with Max Kepler, the runner, at second. Brian Dozier, his last trip, a check swing single down the line and right. Brewers looking to finish this one off and make it 2 straight over the Twins after winning 6-5 yesterday afternoon. Out in front and down 0-2 is Brian Dozier. And a changeup. No balls, 2 strikes. Luke able to block it, but Kepler will hold.
A little backhand job, and I don't think the Twins are interested in trying to take any chances on the bases. Catcher's night's never over until it's over. Self-preservation back there.
A ball, 2 strikes to Brian Dozier. Brady missing with a fastball. Series wrap up tomorrow. Our coverage will start at noon here on Fox Sports Wisconsin. Two-two pitch. Hit in the air, right center field. Santana on the run. Flores as well. Santana will take care of it. 2 men out.
Dozier thought that was out of the ballpark. He threw his hands up, fired him down, thinking he got one. Nope. Not here at Miller Park. Certainly not a home run in Minnesota.
Kepler over to third. And the Twins down to their final out. Tyler Cravey trying to finish this one off and give the Brewers wins on consecutive days. Joe Mauer 0 for 2. He's walked twice. You went into yesterday's game with a 9-game hitting streak. Went 0 for 3 yesterday and 0 for 2 so far tonight.
And a couple of walks. The Brewers pitched around him one time late in the game.
Swing and a miss. Brewers on the brink of win number 7. This the 15th game of the year. Gravy is ready with the 0-2 pitch. Bouncing ball past Carter, a base hit. Kepler will score. RBI single for Joe Mauer. It's a 10-5 game.
Had to mention that hitting streak, didn't you?
I did. Sorry.
A seeing eye base hit out of the reach of Chris Carter. Carter's missed on a couple of occasions tonight, just out of his reach. And an RBI for Mauer.
So the game continues for Miguel Sano. Brewers have had a tough time getting him out. Sano with a couple of singles, a walk, also fly to right. It's in there, a strike. Twelve hits tonight for the Twins. The Brewers with 13. The crew has made the most of those hits. A 10-5 lead for Milwaukee. Here's the 1-1. And the Twins down to their final strike. Brewers have scored in 5 straight innings. Looking to close out what is a 5-run lead now. Gravy brings the 1-2. And that is strike 3. Game over. Good night for the crew. They bring out the big bats. Jimmy Nelson gets his 3rd win as the Brewers beat the Twins.
Yeah, good night all the way around. I mean, good defense. You see Chris Carter doing what he does. And good to see Aaron Hill starting to swing the bat, hit the ball hard, and get some hits. So a pretty clean game here for the crew. They needed it, and they were able to rest some of their guys in the bullpen.
Good night for Craig Counsell and the crew. as the Brewers beat the Twins for the second straight game. They'll wrap up this series tomorrow afternoon at Miller Park. 10-5 Brewers over the Twins here this evening. Let's send it down. As standing by is Craig Deshawn for Brewers Live.
All right, guys, thanks very much. Nice win for Milwaukee. Got a little mini winning streak going. Try to sweep the series tomorrow. We'll cover it all. Plus hear from Craig Counsell and get reaction from the winning dugout as well. Brewers winning here tonight. A lot of offense. We'll talk about it all next on Brewers Live, our post-game report.